What is going on, guys? Yogi here, and it's been a while since I've done a pure Geektastic vlog. I've been doing my Geektastic vlog, my personal vlog, alongside the Gang Minute, which is the Geeky Antics Network Global's vlog, where we talk about our podcasts and all the stuff going on in geek culture as a whole. And by the way, that link there, geekyantics.net/podcast. Stay tuned. Go there. Especially on Time and Whammy Tea Time, we're going to talk about The Walking Dead. And that's what I'm going to talk about now. Because I just saw the mid-season finale, Coda, episode 8. And season 5. Can you believe it already, guys? It's going to be another 3 to 5 months before we get more Walking Dead. I forget the timing, but it'll be a bit of a wait. But let's talk about that mid-season finale. And I had Stan Skype me some slight spoilers, which I kind of saw coming. We called a lot of the things that were going to happen in this episode, and we pretty much nailed it on the head. Bob, the supposed good cop, he didn't trust the group. He didn't know if he could trust them, so that's why he tried to run away. And from his perspective, Rick and his group looked like the bad guys. Father Morgan was going through a similar thing. That's why he ran away. And then when he saw firsthand what they were up against, cannibals, when he went to the school, he came back to the church. So we're going to see a lot of that. Rick's group they're becoming superheroes, and they're also becoming kind of monsters, and to the outside world, they might be the bad guys. So that's a very interesting thing they're building up there. But anyway, Stan Farina, my co-host at Time and Whammy Tea Time, #TWTT, and a bunch of people on Twitter, Facebook, just saying, "Oh my gosh, I can't stop crying." And even though we saw it coming, man, the way spoilers, the way Beth went down, man, it's tragic. This is my problem with it, and it still touched me because of the way everybody reacted, particularly Daryl and of course Maggie. Maggie just found out that her sister was found, and she was all excited about that, only to see her sister carried out as a corpse. And there's a few things that bother me about it. Beth disappeared for a while from this story, and now all of a sudden they bring her back. They do this solo episode kind of thing, and we already know it's like, well, they're trying to make us remember her and get attached to her again. Focusing exclusively on a lesser, what many might consider a lesser character. It seemed like a setup for a kill. Sure enough, that's what it was. But the other thing is, why did she have to sacrifice herself like that to take out Don? Clearly, Don was the bad guy there, but I mean, it could have been other ways, and I don't know. I'm trying not to be stuck in the feels and be sad about it, but man, tearjerker moments there at the end. Overall, a solid episode. I'm kind of speechless right now. I can't say anything too clever until I let it sink in. I mean, that's the thing with instant reaction. It's kind of like, ooh, so yeah, that happened. That's where I'm at. We'll probably have some much more refined thoughts on it on our podcast. I will talk about on Horseplay Live, but apparently Obi no longer likes The Walking Dead. It happens. If the show has lost a lot of people from dragging on and I guess killing off people needlessly and not really having anything fresh to bring to the fray. Fair enough. But I'm trying to think what, some other highlights in here. We knew the exchange wasn't going to go off without any bloodshed. And if anything, what Grady Memorial Hospital set up for us is a very clear picture of this morally gray world where I don't know if I want to say you have to choose the lesser of the greater evils, but where you have to really pick and choose your battles. And it's not always clear who the real bad guy is and who the real immediate threat is. Dawn played it really well. She seemed like she had a heart, and she was just trying to keep things going. We saw she just found ways to manipulate situations and emotions, and use people. And it finally caught up to her in the end. And I wonder how much more of a role Grady Memorial Hospital will have, because Terminus was a short-lived thing. I know it served its purpose, arguably, but that was a pretty short-lived thing. And then we have, I don't know, what else is there? Woodbury was probably the longest run in any of these scenes in the prison. And Woodbury and the prison went hand by hand in hand, side by side, whatever way you want to say it. The farm had a good run too, so I guess we'll see what happens here. The race group was offered to stay at Grady Memorial, and clearly that's not going to happen. Then he offered the people there to go move on. They're clearly comfortable where they're at. They don't want to get past that comfort zone. All they know is how to be cops, and they have to have that kind of structure to work within. So I don't know. I don't know what else to say. The more I think about it, the more I feel like this is a very strong mid-season finale. But overall, it was a good episode, not super awesome. It was all about the last 5 minutes, really. What else really happened before that? Well, we did see that Abraham finally got his stuff together and drove the fire truck back. They managed to fix it, I guess. And they came to the church just as it was being invaded, overrun by walkers, because Father Gabriel rather. I was about to call him Captain Morgan. Where is Morgan anyway? That's another thing. Second half of the season is gonna happen, right? But yeah. Father Gabriel brought a bunch of walkers with him from the school. They finally busted out, and he just dragged a whole train. He pulled aggro, kids, and brought them into the church. Michonne and Carl started fighting their way through, but there was too many, so they went back, and they went through the crawl space to double back on the zombies and the walkers and take them out like that. And then they try to close them in the church, but they finally bust through, and Abraham comes in just in time. In movies and shows, people always have the best timing. So it was a fun episode too, with some of the things that transpired. So we're seeing the group getting back together. Obviously, Beth is more than likely just one of many casualties we're gonna see from here on. Who else died this? Bob, but he was. Let's be honest, he wasn't really a key character. They're trying to play him up, but Bob is pretty forgettable. And both Bobs, really. Oh damn, that's a shame. Don't name your kids Bob. So anywho, that's me rambling on with my instant reactions to The Walking Dead mid-season finale, episode 8, titled Coda. And that's about all I have. I'm actually kind of tuckered out. I was planning to stream late night tonight, but after watching that, I'm physically and emotionally drained. So you can see Beth walking back and forth there. It's rather entertaining, right? Anywho, apparently Beth didn't say goodbye. Was that foreshadowing? Could be said. She just kind of does what she wants, and yeah. How do you feel about Beth? Let me know. Tweet me at Yogizilla. or call in, and then we'll read it during one of our podcasts. We'll play your voicemail live, rather. 206-415-4987. Let me pop that up there. 206-415-4987. Or you can email us, mail@geekyantics.net, and we'll direct it to the podcast of choice if you'd like it to be read on the podcast. If not, I'll address it in the vlog. Well, either way. But if you don't mind, unless you say otherwise, we will respond to it during one of our podcasts, the respective podcasts for it. But I would like to think what you think about these deaths so far. Did they impact you, or is it more how the group reacts? Beth's death is definitely far more impactful to me than Bob, and not because she's a girl and she's easy on the eyes, but I thought it was a shame to see her go after coming back after so long. But then it's, I mean, thinking in terms of survival mode, survival scenario, you have to kind of be objective. It's like, well, what's her use? What's her usefulness? What skills does she have? What value does she have to the group beyond emotional attachment, loyalties, potential romantic interests? Well, Daryl and Beth are not happening, kids. So Carol and Daryl might have to be it, if that even happens. But she just did. She was more useful, I think, than Bob. We cared about her more. I think she represented hope in the form of youthfulness and the potential for future generations to carry on and live full lives. So we've actually been seeing a lot. We've been seeing a lot of young people die. And what's scary? What would be the craziest thing they could do is to kill baby Judith, because all these young people dying, the two sisters, Beth, kind of scary. Think about it. If you really think about it, are they going down that dark path? Could they pull that off without getting all kinds of censors all over them, or just pissing off people, the fans particularly? A lot of interesting questions raised by the decisions they've done so far. So you know what? The more I think about it, this is a thought-provoking episode. It does call back to a lot of interesting things. It's bringing back some themes, or firming them up, some of those recurring themes. So let's see what they do with that. The bar has been set high for the second half of The Walking Dead Season 5. And let's get the conversation going. Leave some comments right here on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're not watching on Twitch, you can't leave comments because they don't have comments on Twitch. But you can tweet me at Yogizilla. You can go to geekyantics.net. We have forums. We have comment sections. All that good stuff. And yeah, we're long overdue for some blog posts. I got to get on top of that and get the team motivated. But stay tuned. We got a lot of stuff coming up. This week, I should be doing a drinking stream to relax a little bit and recover from what has been a pretty stressful month or so with moving and everything, and all the things going on. But the holiday was pretty cool. Thanksgiving, nice change of pace. So I hope it was the same for you. I hope you've had a good Thanksgiving and your battery's getting recharged. But that's all I got, guys. Take it easy. This is Yogizilla, and I'm out. Peace.